Maddie Stock, Master of Wine. Let's look at the main components of how we taste wine. One of the first things that you can tell from a wine is how is it aging and the color of it. If it is youthful like this wine is, it is 2019, so we do have some age coming on to this wine. This wine is coming up to, 6 years old, 5-6 years old, and it's still incredibly vibrant. You can see in that color hue that it's still very purple and ruby. If I'm trying to read through this wine, I can barely see through it. So this is quite an intense concentrated wine, which is also going to give it greater longevity. Seeing just a hint of color discoloration around the rim, and by that I mean moving from a bright, vibrant purple and ruby into a slightly more brickish or blood-toned color. That means that this wine has definitely seen some bottle age. 2019, you should just be starting to see from a premier region like Napa Valley, just a hint of that age coming into the wine. So number one, that's looking with our eyes, our sight, seeing that this wine is vibrant and healthy, and that's our first indication that this wine is going to look as it should and be from a fresh vintage. Also, because of the depth of color on this wine, I am now expecting it to also be quite concentrated and forward in its fruit as well. Let's swirl the glass. We can look at this for the legs. Some say is, a quality consideration. However, it's usually the relationship between the glycerol or the weight of the alcohol in the wine and the glass. You can see the tears or legs forming. They're quite prominent. This is more of an alcohol consideration more than it is a quality consideration. I would expect this wine to be about 14.5% alcohol. Nice legs, nice vibrant hue. Let's take a smell, because our smell is the next sense that we use to detect quality in a wine and also health of a wine. I mean, vibrant. Violets, red cherries, red fruit, red plums, bit of sour plum, and then just a hint of development coming through on this wine, but in a really elegant way. We're just getting a hint of cedar developing and just that hint of fresh leather, just that hint of sweetness that comes through as an aging profile. The other thing I love about this wine is that it has complexity of not just fruit elements. So we've already mentioned the fresh, vibrant fruit flavors, but in addition to those fresh, vibrant fruit flavors, we're also getting that leather and cedar, and then this beautiful bay laurel and these sagebrush characters, which I really associate with premium Napa Valley Cabernet. It's like you're walking through the forest or the scrub bushlands in Napa Valley on those high mountain peaks. Just a hint of eucalypt as well, but really fresh, very vibrant, and these aromas are perfectly layered in with the ripe fruit, and again, that second degree tertiary characters coming through. Oak, which is 65% new oak, is very well integrated in this wine, which tells me that the fruit quality is exceptional. And when we go to taste, which is our third and confirming element, how all of those components come together on the palate, and let's hope that they're very well balanced and in harmony. Very long length. I can still taste that dark fruit. The palate fruit is a little darker than what it's giving me on the nose. I'm getting more black currants and black cherry, and slightly more licorice notes, which might be coming from that Syrah element. So this is a really beautiful wine. Fresh acid, giving me a lot of juicy salivation on my palate, cleaning up my palate, but then those tannins are just dusty. They're just firm enough to have me know that they're there, not chewy and drying out my mouth. This is a very well-balanced wine. I would expect this wine to be about 5 years old, still in a perfect drinking window in my opinion, having just that softening of the tannins, harmonious integration of still fresh fruit flavors, primary fruit flavors, along with tertiary oak characters, additional characters, the aging élevage characters of cedar and leather, and don't forget that beautiful herbal complexity and florals coming through as well. This is really a beautiful wine and one that you will get great enjoyment from if you enjoy Cabernet Sauvignon with just a hint of Syrah and a little bit more florals and freshness and herb note. Really beautiful wine. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Cheers.